You're watching the Bad Dice Club.
All right, everyone, welcome to Bad Dice
Where
Club
did
as
you-
we play through the Abomination Vaults.
How dare you welcome me?
Did you send me this link?
Yeah, I did. It's in
I
our
welcome
chat
you.
here.
You don't watch it.
In video.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm saying.
in what? Oh,
Outside.
in video. Okay, yeah.
This is my
You're
Pathfinder
cruising for a
game.
welcoming.
Pathfinder game number 2 for me today. It's been nice.
Number two.
Number 2. I wrapped up my
You
game
rapped
that I
in
was
your-
playing.
Wait, you rapped in your last Pathfinder
No,
game?
no, no.
Oh,
dope.
sing me
I-
a song. Sing me a song.
I did not rap. Funny you say that.
Rap me a tune,
It
OMC,
is funny
Justin.
you say that because there is a rapper player character in my game, which is what I'm about to tell you about.
Oh, no
Um,
shit.
Yeah, so I was
Rap
playing
them?
through Hollow's Last Hope with them, and they finished that up today. And so this party is made up of an elf rogue. We just repurposed the iconics, and then which is just like an NPC
Nothing
at this
for you,
point.
buddy.
Another one is a Ezran wizard named Fire, just kind of basic wizard. And then this one, the bard, halfling bard named K-U-N. He's a, yeah, no, just K-U-N is his name, and he is a rapper bard.
A rap bard would be such a great character to play and be around.
And
all
he
the time.
loves basketball. He's really good at basketball for being a 3 foot tall.
Were you playing this game with
halfling.
your students?
Yeah, I was playing with my students. They're all Chinese kids living in China, and yeah, he really
They love
loves. I think his
basketball.
student really likes basketball a lot. So yeah, he made
Well,
a
China
rapping,
loves basketball.
basketball slinging halfling bard, and so yeah, we repurposed his telekinetic projectile to just be basketballs that he would conjure out of the air and chuck at his enemies. So
Now
boy,
I
did
just
he
want
love
to
that.
hear him. I want to hear your student talk about how he's a rap bard set to Eminem's Rap God. Now you're starting to believe that I'm a rap bard. Rap bard. I don't have any more bars. I can't spit. What are you talking? What are you talking about? No, I don't.
Rap
Yeah,
bar.
I don't know about. I've never tried or cared to try.
Always going
I went to
far.
high school with a guy. What was his name?
Better than all the bards.
Now
Yeah, I
you're
can't remember his
starting
name.
to believe that I'm a rap bard. Rap bard. When
He
you spit,
loved-
Holding
rhymes, you
all the
sound
cards.
like a wet fart. Wet.
He loved
fart.
jazz music and playing the trombone and that kind of thing. Hated rap, but for whatever reason, he was really good at improv rap. It's just how his brain works.
bars.
He could spit
Yeah,
bars,
I'm
just no
so good
problem.
at rapping, it's a curse.
He just did it to make fun of it, and he was just really good.
I could probably write really good country songs because they're easy to make fun of. Big
true.
truck,
He wasn't a country fan,
painted
I
on
guess.
jeans, dirt road.
Rural noun.
All right, so let's just
Simple
jump in.
as
We're gonna
Voting
do
for Trump for the third time.
there you go. There you go. But anyway, we'll do an extended recap today, just to get everyone caught up, since it's kind of a new chapter here. So, so you guys were kind of commissioned to go check out this
Where did all my attacks go on my quick bar?
lighthouse.
What did you do with them? Where did you have them last?
They were on this quick bar, and then I updated the UI, and now they're all gone.
No.
Your hot bar?
No, it's just
down at
commons.
the bottom.
It's just common skills, saves, attributes, and utility. I don't have any attacks or anything anymore.
It doesn't say strikes.
Nope.
Really?
Those 4 things, and that's it. Yeah.
I see it. It's on mine when I click soul.
Well, I'm on that new token. Did that maybe mess things up? Because it's still trying to put me to that old token.
Oh,
Maybe
Could
I'm
be,
crazy. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. I think this scene's kind of
Maybe
ruined.
I'll
I
restart
couldn't
it.
remove
Maybe it'll fix it.
I wish I could remove that token really, really badly. I hate that token being there and existing.
Well, we're not going to be here much
What, the
longer. I don't
bird?
think.
Yeah, there's a second soul in the scene, and
I have a
it's
token that like launched out into the middle of nowhere, and
Oh yeah, that's right. I
yeah,
forgot about
I
that.
don't have to get rid of him. Anyway, so you guys are checking on this lighthouse north of town. Found a bunch of crazy stuff going there. There's a lot of creatures there that you guys got kind of violent with. They're trying to clear it out for your good dear friend Urok. Killed a bunch of midflits and found some other stuff there. Found some ghosts. And then
And/or goblins.
or goblins, and then you made your way down into the deeper levels of the vault, and found a laboratory.
We did actually find a goblin there.
We did found a goblin there. You found the servant, Borbo, I believe his name was, and got a little bit more information. Not a ton about what was going on there. Apparently, he served someone by the name of Volok Azrene, who seemed to be quite the
they're really spicy.
servant of
No.
Cora in some
Okay with
way.
that.
Probably one of the higher up ones is kind of what you kind of get the feel of, because he is involved in creating undead and constructs in that laboratory. And so you also went in a bit lower, encountered a devil, and things got violent rather quickly. And you, after he was telling you to get in the, after a lot of terrible diplomacy rolls, you tried to convince him. He tried convincing you to get into the cells that he had there. To which you guys said, "No way." And
No, we
yeah.
said, hey, listen, whoever hired you is fucking dead as hell. Please go away. And he was like, "Nah, no, I'm going to be difficult and
Yeah.
I'm going
Okay.
to be
All my
a
stuff is
real
back.
dick
If I
about this whole
select that other
situation."
token, which I was able to finally do,
Yep.
if I select that other token, it takes away all my stuff.
Yep. Doing a recap. So the
Sorry.
where was he? And so you guys spent some days in Otari after that, after losing a companion, Zogglefart, and then you were on your way back to the lighthouse. A beam of light shot to the graveyard. Then you see hordes of undead falling off a cliff onto the Dawnflower Library, which is also functioning as the temple of Sarenrae, as well as some of the other gods that they also worship there. So, yeah, so you guys rushed to the lighthouse, figured out, okay, they were beamed to the graveyard from here. And so you rushed back and helped them out and killed a bunch of undead. And no one died. So, at least up on this part area of the town. So,
Not yet.
yeah. And you guys were joined by some mysterious stranger off to the south of you, firing shots and giving you guys support.
Is this the same mysterious stranger from the Fallout games?
Never played him.
It is.
I'm ashamed to
Yep.
admit.
Actually, Shane, you would be the closest to that because you use revolvers.
Are you calling me a furry? Because I'm an ocelot?
Yes,
That's a
What?
fucking walk for that joke.
that is.
I
play Metal Gear Solid. I know what you're talking about.
A revolver ocelot.
I mean, it's up to you guys at this point. So, you had some NPCs join you for the fight, many of which are just in awful shape. Everyone's kind of covered in blood and breathing hard and very injured. You had some guards jump in at the last second to help you out. And so, yeah, here you are at the
And then I almost
graveyard.
died. But I mean, that's not really worth going over because that happens all the time.
Yep,
No.
got that box checked. Almost kill. Sherman.
Yep.
It's
Oh, is it
separate
another
counter.
Tuesday? Yeah, we almost killed Sherman.
It's a separate night bot, separate bot for that one.
Yeah, there you go.
I
He
guess.
wouldn't dare kill me. That's what all the merch is going to be.
I am
guess
going
would-
to make that later.
Would we have been somewhat aware that someone was shooting like
I mean,
into our
definitely, yeah.
into
mean,
your
it-
cracks and
Something
you know,
got
Guns are
hit and
rare.
distracted right in front of
Yeah.
you, like too. Even if you weren't hearing the sound of it, which you were assisted by someone behind you. Like you saw a projectile hit this thing and distract.
I guess the next thing I would do, I don't know what Jeb's doing here, but the next thing I would do is roll perception to see if I can maybe see who had been shooting into our
Sure.
area here.
And Nathan, at this
Yes.
point, are you hiding yourself?
No, he
I
would
don't
be
see anything.
he would be coming over to see if anyone needed any help. He is
Okay.
with a dog. Sweet.
A dog?
Yeah.
a dog?
Kind of. It's not like mechanically anything helpful, but it's yeah. But anyways, I don't know if I can move at the moment. I think it's It's
Oh, because the
paused
game's
still.
paused. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
Yeah. But
I think. Would we be like? I'm trying to think. We see this guy roll up. Would we be like frightened of him? I don't know.
Well, as you're walking up, it'll take us to the map here on the stream.
this is what he looks like here. Can't really get out. Wait, out the camera doesn't. Okay. That's
Okay, I think as you get closer to us, I'm still kind of pulling myself off the ground. I'm like, I honestly did not realize my injuries were that serious. I thought it was going to be a little while longer before you came and saw me, but
You think it's
Well-
the Grim Reaper?
this
everybody's
guard
got
hears
their time, I suppose.
this guard hears it. There's one more.
You all right?
You know what?
Good. Well,
Okay, I'm just checking something.
Yes.
oh, good.
This is somewhat peculiar. If I may ask, did you get raised with the rest of the sort of undead horde, or you seem to be a little bit more in control of your faculties and whatnot?
I ain't no
Let's say-
undead. I'm Father Jeb.
I do get that you are not an undead, that you are Father Jeb, I believe is what you said to me.
Do you still have your rifle out? Like it's not slung over your back, or is it?
I guess. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's roll to see odds. It's slung over my back here. Okay, I guess it's not.
So you probably walk
he-
up with it just like kind of holding it in your one hand or something. I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah. He was out hunting, and then saw what was going on with you guys.
I guess Soul would ask, "Were you the one helping us?"
Yeah. The undead. They's a problem. I don't know what y'all did.
So
You got any masquerades around here, man? Or what?
I'm
why-
not
Why are they
sure
all around here?
if you are aware of this fact, but you are just entirely a skeleton.
No, that ain't me, man. I tell you what. In no way, shape, or form am I involved with any bonehead, rotten flesh shambledom. At all. Period. Okay, I know what I is, and I knows what I ain't, and I ain't that. I'm Father Jeb.
I don't suppose. Do you know how many bones you have?
A lot.
Have you counted them personally?
No.
Well,
I
all right.
have a
if
feeling-
that is
This
the case.
is sweet. This is Sweet Pea over here, and Sweet Pea raises her paw for a handshake.
Is this a living dog, not an undead
Yeah.
dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone
Yeah.
get
I do shake.
Okay.
I do shake the dog's hand.
I was like,
Well, finally we meet a gentleman. Very nice to meet you, good sir. And how do you keep him from just chewing on your sort of everything? Would be my question.
Oh, I got bones for her. Extra bones.
Yeah, I imagine like plenty of them.
in my
200,
bag
200 or
here.
so. Oh, in your okay.
Would you do me a kindness and speak up, son? I can't quite hear as good. And he has an ear trumpet stuck in the left side of his skull.
Just like permanently stuck there.
Yeah, it's not like he's holding it up. It's just like he's jammed it in there. I guess for the viewers, I should kind of describe. He's essentially, he looks like a skeleton Catholic priest with like the priest collar and cassock on and everything. But
I'm sorry,
he
what was that? Cassock on? Is that the
Cassock. That's
No,
kind of like
cassock.
their, yeah,
Is that
yeah.
the
it's
neck
kinda-
thing?
No, the cassock's kind of like their.
it's the thing that holds the neck thing. It's like the
Yeah.
shirt.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like a,
Yeah.
I thought you were
Um,
saying he was wearing a Cossack, which would be
No,
way
no.
weirder.
No. He's wearing. That's kind of what he's wearing, and parts of his skull have barnacles on them. And he also has his right eye socket has a minor break in it, as per the fun fact that I posted a few days. So, if any PCs would be interested in helping him kind of patch the hole, maybe some medicine checks or some engineering could be done in the future. But yep.
Whoa.
And then there's Sweet Pea. It's just kind of like a mutt that he found.
Wait, do heal checks hurt you?
You
Just
can't.
your average, everyday, all Galarian mutt.
Well, medicine can only technically be done if you have stitched flesh, which Jeb does have. But it was more of a mechanic to kind of like get Jeb integrated into the party, just kind of like if you wanted to give him advice or something, like that you could like whip up some sort of bone paste to kind of, patch the
Bone
hole.
paste.
Something, I don't know. I imagine it'd be really hard to patch something like that. Yeah. So that's kind of.
I guess Soul would go probably like I think I would sheathe my weapons, and then I think I would shake your hand, and I think Soul would be like, well, I appreciate the help.
Well,
We'll take anything we can get.
well,
What kind of roll were you making, Tony? It's not a great one.
see, I'm, stream.
Yeah, I think I do know my own character's name. I think Sherman would as look kind of at your gun, and as trying to show dominance would try and like do a cool spinny thing with his pistol, and then
You're like a
put
fourth
it back on his
grader.
hip.
I guess Jeb would
Yes.
say in response, "May I?" And he would like to hold.
He's like, well,
your
I'll
gun.
show you mine if you show me yours.
Okay. So a little swap meet, I guess.
Wink.
Yeah. Oh, that's what Sherman's getting at. He's a necrophiliac, folks. No. So I hand over the rifle. Sherm hands over his pistol, and I guess
Yes.
Jeb would start to inspect it and kind of feel its weight. In his hands.
I don't suppose you've been through Alkenstar then, have you?
Would you believe me if I told you I can't remember?
That does sort of seem to go with just the whole
Don't make a mess.
I guess undead is the wrong word to use in this
I'm Father
position.
Jeb.
Yes,
What
because
is
I have
what is the
gotten
role
that.
for a like? Is it perception instead of for like sense motive? What's the
I
sense
do
motive?
very much
It'd be perception, I
understand that
think,
you
yeah.
are Father
perception.
Jib, as you do continue to let us know.
16.
Look, man, I'm just old. Okay, I'm tired. I'm old. It's so hard on me. It's hard, man.
I think I'd pull Gamble aside,
Yeah.
and I think I'd basically be like, and I just whisper because he can't hear anything, anyways. And
No,
and
I
I just
can't.
be like,
You can just talk at
just
normal
be-
volume.
probably, but I just be like, I don't think he knows that he's dead.
I am very much starting to get that inclination as well.
Maybe we just cross that road when we get to it, and
He was incredibly. Him being undead is off-putting to say the least, but he was incredibly helpful during that fight.
he was, and maybe he can help us with undead.
beautiful.
I don't know.
Wash, I believe.
Maybe there's some
yeah.
like
I will say that perhaps a mask of some sort for when he is around the townsfolk. Maybe, like I said, off-putting is being charitable, I think, but there's ways to mitigate this. I'm sure.
Well, I will say, if you want to go tell an old man that he needs to wear a mask every day, you can do that. I'm not doing that.
Old, I will give you. Man is, I think, pushing it at this point.
Well, at this point, I'm just gonna have to pretend just
Abomination
for his sake.
maybe a little bit more. Okay, yes, I think you are correct. I am very curious as to see where he comes from and where his weapon is very interesting.
And we're on the same
Engineering.
page.
I would
so
like to
let's respect his vision of himself.
I believe you do have a hat of disguise
And
in
just
your
let him
inventory as well.
I do have a hat of disguise. That is true.
There you go.
I don't think Jeb would, unless it's nicer than the hat he had. Well,
You're telling an old man Catholic gunslinger to remove his hat and put on a different hat.
Well, this ain't my hat.
yeah.
You can't just go taking an old cowpoke's hat. I really need to stop doing that. It's going to be hard for me to get back into my dumb character voice.
He's got like this big wide brim hat. Is it enough to cover his face? Like the shadow of it? Is he like this mysterious man usually?
Yeah, Nathan, is he like,
What?
does he have a
Oh.
big old wide brim hat, like pulled over his face style cowboy hat?
He doesn't try to hide because he is in. Well, he is logical, but a lot of things have kind of. Essentially, he's Clayton Bigsby, but he's undead and he hates undead, but he doesn't see that he's undead because all of his undead parts are covered and he doesn't look in mirrors, so he never sees his face.
Hey,
That's why he
boy,
doesn't
this
cover it.
character is starting to ring a few bells for me.
Yeah, Clayton Bigsby basically, I think, is what I derived this character from. I didn't realize it right away, but Father Jeb would walk back over to Sherman, hand him his
Who's
gun.
Clayton Bigsby?
He's from
Remember that
Chappelle's
old
show.
Dave Chappelle skit where that black guy was
The
blind
black
and
white
he's part of the
supremacist.
KKK?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying this is actually a character that you made in another game.
I did?
Yeah, you ran that zombie game for us, and you basically made this exact character, except he was in a hazmat suit.
Oh, that was a scientist. Okay, I totally forgot. I mean, yeah, I guess it's something I've used before.
Yes,
Yeah,
Well, I haven't seen it, so
yeah.
I still
different.
very much appreciate this. I think Master Tony left. That is sad.
Anyway,
I hand your gun back and just say it's a sweet piece, pretty nice. Tell you take care of it.
you do notice that these two are kind of just whispering back and forth to each other, and Akir, the monk guy, is like, "I'm telling you, it's him. It's him. That's the one they've been talking about the tavern. The zombie shepherd guy."
Oh, so you knew about this? That's interesting.
Oh, they're always talking about it. Like, there's woods around here aren't safe, you know, and there's woodsmen out there, and you got hunters and whatnot, and but then suddenly, like, they get in a bad spot, and some weird-looking guy shows up and helps them out and shoots.
Are we just assuming at this point that there are no more undead attacking the town? Is this something that we should be, like,
I mean, you guys
checking on?
try to look over the cliff and kind of see that things have calmed down a bit. You guys have an excellent view of the town from your current vantage point.
Yes, but it's so foggy. It's all Silent Hill style.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you don't hear lots of screaming and sounds of battle from the clerics of the Dawnflower Library or anything.
They've killed everyone.
And also the lighthouse. Remember, as soon as that sent that Scalathrax towards you guys, it went out completely. There is no light coming from it at all right now.
Huh.
Maybe we should
Ominous.
blow that lighthouse up.
I am not entirely
That's a
opposed to
great
that
idea.
idea, as strange as that may be. We should try and preserve that goblin tank that we have down there. You know, with pickling goblins and whatnot.
Right.
Jeb would point out that there is a 5-foot hole in the cemetery wall down south, and so it seems really convenient. I guess
It does seem
maybe-
somewhat convenient, especially if maybe like an undead person wanted to escape from.
Yeah, or body snatchers, you know. I guess Jeb would ask about the whereabouts of the Undertaker or Groundskeeper. Have they been around? Are they around now, or are they?
Did you guys notice that there's like steps on the south here?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think, like,
there's
the-
steps
the-
there.
The clergy use them to come up, and they probably do some stuff. I imagine.
Yeah,
Right.
I imagine there's probably someone down in this area that probably tends to the
Did you
graveyard.
guys maybe we go down to that place, just double check, make sure everybody's okay?
I think
Yeah.
I think there's a few things Jeb would like to investigate up here. So, and I think
Well, that's
mechanic.
fine. If,
Yeah.
I think
so if
Soul
you guys
would be
wanna
like,
go,
if you want to come
yeah.
along, you can come along.
Yeah, I'll be just a minute. I'm gonna see if there's any tracks down here. And you guys got giants around here by chance? A skeleton like this would be pretty hard to come by otherwise. And he'd be referencing the glaive wielder.
Right. I think
Yeah.
Soul would be like, well, I'm not really from around here, so I'm not really sure.
Can we check over these undead to see if they have anything interesting on them?
I mean, a lot of them just crawled right up out of the ground.
But the giant didn't,
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah,
you know,
So
brand new
they were just
tattered shirt.
attacking you with claws and bites and that kind of thing. That's really all they had. They didn't come up with any weapons or anything. So
What about this giant though?
just a bunch of bones. He had a glaive.
Glaive.
Is that okay? That's the only thing he had.
Yep.
Does the monk or the blacksmith know if they're
Oh,
giant?
and half plate.
A half plate?
Plate.
Yeah, half plate.
I just bought a half plate.
Oh, it hurts. But it's like large size though. It wouldn't fit
Yeah.
you anyway.
Unfortunately.
Fair enough.
But
I guess I could sell that half plate and get half my money back.
Does the monk know if there are giants in Otari by chance?
So,
You got any
Now that
giants around these parts?
I've seen. I mean, there's not a whole lot of room for a creature kind of like that big round here. I mean, we're just a small island here, so not ideal. You wanna find giants, you gotta go probably up north to like Holds of Belkson or something like that.
So someone brought them in. Okay, might want to check the ports at some point then.
So this gnome woman who has been fighting alongside you guys and casting a lot of spells and whatnot does approach Father Jeb here and says, "So, would you also happen to be the one who has been wandering around bars here and carrying a lantern? I've heard some tales of some sort of mysterious stranger wandering around with a lantern and
Searching for an honest man.
things disappearing."
Your logging camps are vulnerable, you know that, right? It's like you're being
Who
tested.
just says that? Your logging camps are. Have you been leading raids on the logging camps?
No, the undead. I lead them away and I take care of them away from all the townspeople.
Like some kind of Pied Piper of undead. No, I get it.
The undead are bad. You gotta make the dead die.
Well, I do agree with you on that. I will give you that.
I hate them.
Pardon for me for not introducing myself earlier. My name is Whirlywin. I am one of the head druid in the local druidic order here.
Father Jeb, pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you as well.
Whirlywin. I do like that name.
Oh, how kind of you to say so.
Seems whimsical, as do many gnomish names, but so what's all this about? You said something about being a druid or whatnot. I wasn't really paying attention. If I'm being truthful, I was too busy trying not to say the word whirlywin more than a couple of times.
Oh, that's quite all right. It is a bit of an odd name now that you think about it. But anyway, yes, I opened the Stone Ring Circle here, is where we often meet and hold our gatherings. It's just north of here, and that's where I was. And so, upon seeing the lighthouse shoot a beam of light here of some sort of necrotic energy, I immediately headed over and began to try and fight off the undead.
We came over here immediately as well. We came straight here. Didn't go anywhere else. It seemed to be crazy to go anywhere else, really, is what I'm saying to you. When you see light go to the necrotic light go to the
I think Soul would
graveyard.
I think
you
Soul
go
would just
to
kind
the
of like shove.
Let her know that yes, we came straight here.
Tell me.
I'm sorry, but my companion struggles with the truth sometimes. We investigated the lighthouse at first and then decided that that wasn't the source of its power and decided to come back and help the townspeople.
Does Otari have any, I guess, enemies that are known? Anyone that might want revenge against?
Well, of
Any
course, we do have a
bad people?
history of enemies. There's been quite a lot of
Yes, does Otari have
threats
any
here.
enemies like Nantendu or Saga?
What?
I'm just wondering if Otari has any enemies like Nantendu or Saga.
I got it.
It's a dumb, terrible joke. You're welcome.
Oh man. Anyway.
No, it's the Dark Lord Ganondorf.
Well, the lighthouse is historically tied to the great sorceress Belcora. Well, I'm sure you've probably heard of her before.
Oh, it sounds terrible. She's one of the magic folk, then. Practicing her devilries in the dark.
Yes.
And
She.
what exactly is it that's so terrible about magic folk, as you say?
Well, devilry. Think the law doesn't say it? He does. When I do too. Gotta smite him. Gotta smite him.
Huh.
I'm starting to think, will he fit in our party?
Do you realize
I,
that there's some sort of magical force binding your life force here to this plane at this moment? I hope you do realize that.
Yeah, it's called the Lord, man. That's what I've been telling you people since I got here. You know, man.
I do
It's an
believe
elf
you are
father.
fighting a losing battle there, my good lady.
I'm quickly realizing this. Anyway,
I roll
Uh,
a cigarette and light it, like by just sort of flicking my finger.
Has anyone tried to talk to the dead recently, or has been spending a lot of time at the graveyard recently? Unfriendly types, widows, anything like that?
no, not me at all. Of course, I
No,
merely run the
mean,
Druidic Order.
Oh, I was talking about the townsfolk. You got any people trying to talk to the dead?
And not that I know of. Druids aren't really welcome here in Otari, so... Which is something I've been working quite hard to try and change over the last 30 years, so...
Why aren't you welcome?
Oh, well, about 30 years ago, there was quite an incident. We welcomed this man into our circle by the name of Jaul. Unfortunately, he turned out to be a werewolf. Jaul.
No.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a bad man, if I do say so.
I heard he had a beef
myself.
with Eminem, and
And I do.
no, nobody really. No, he doesn't really put on the
No,
music.
the Ja Rule.
Yes, well, but anyway, yeah, he happened to be a werewolf and attacked several townspeople and killed quite a few of them. And by the time we found out that it was him, and well, our reputation had already been tarnished, so we tried to take care of him and end the threat to Otari. And we chased him right off the cliff, and he fell down and disappeared. We haven't seen him ever since. So. But there was plenty of time for our reputation to be, quite hurt, and so...
Wait, you didn't see him die?
Oh, no, we were unable to recover the body, so we're not quite sure. But no one's
Okay.
seen or heard from him ever since.
He's still alive somewhere. Classic.
Well, maybe y'all can help us with this undead. You guys got any mass graves around here? Anything like that? Any hooliganism?
Oh, I wouldn't
You
worry
guys
so much
ever-
about that. I'm sure the god can be of assistance with that. That'd probably be something that they would attend
Have
to.
you thought of making the
Okay.
lighthouse not exist anymore? Have you thought of tearing it down? If it seems to be the source of power of some crazy undead.
Well, I mean, this
things,
this sort of thing has not happened before. I mean,
well, it seems like it's happened now. I
It
think
does
we need to
seem
get
like
the
it would
town
only need
together.
to happen the one time before you would be like, this may be one of those things we want to sort of nip in the bud.
that is something you'd have to take up with the mayor of Otari, Orsef Menhims.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Oh,
What?
Master Tony's back. He got a 19.
He's redeemed himself.
He has redeemed himself.
Now we feel less betrayed.
I do.
Thank you.
So yes, I mean, sorry, I got distracted and now I've completely lost what the hell is going on.
Oh, I said
The
something
mayor.
about destroying the lighthouse, and then they said we'd have to take that up with the mayor.
Well, should we go speak with the mayor then?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
It
Do you
does seem
want to?
like
Maybe we
an
should clear
opportune
the area
time.
first, just to like before we go speak to the mayor right after a major attack. Maybe we should make sure there's no more attackers.
Mm-hmm.
That does seem prudent, I would say.
Yeah. So maybe we clear the graveyard and then go down to the temple to clear that, and
Oh.
and we can go talk to them.
Before you do, I do have a bit of a favor to ask. Could you please mention that, you know, a druid did assist you with repelling off the undead. I'd like to take advantage of any
When we talk
opportunity
to the mayor,
Oh yes,
know
yes,
what?
yes. And of course, I'd be happy to help you.
I'll say you were the primary one helping, because this whole druidic racism is nonsense, and I feel like we should put a stop to that. So
Oh, I do appreciate you saying that.
Is Druidic considered a race?
I don't know.
I'm gonna roll nature on the Scalathrax while they're.
I guess Druidic's a
talking,
class, isn't it?
about-
But still, okay.
Yes,
So
yeah, this isn't a
classes.
race war. This is class warfare.
okay, different.
Classism, right? So I was looking at the Scalathrax. Is it something that would also be? Would it be from Otari? Or well, maybe I can't really ask. That.
No.
It's kind of a.
No, you've spent a lot of time in the woods. You've never seen anything like this there before.
Okay.
What you have seen is like, I don't know. I mean, there's like, this is an aberration, and you have seen some types of aberrations wandering throughout the woods. I mean,
They wouldn't normally
like, such
be
as-
like topside. Yeah.
yeah, once in a while you may run into something like a web lurker or something like that, which is the same type of
Yeah.
thing that you ran into in the inside of your guys' fish camp. So,
Okay.
Oh, I also would like to tell Jeb we got a fish camp and we got an extra. No, wait, no, he wasn't staying in a room.
Well,
We have a fish camp. If you want to come visit,
I
Okay.
do think the little creature would be somewhat upset if we were to give his room away, but well,
Sweet,
you're all right. He didn't have a room.
Sweet Pea hasn't eaten in
Yeah,
several
we-
days. All them stinking undead scare game away. If you can get her a nice meal, I'd be.
Yeah, if we could
very
get you
grateful.
away from the logging camps and away from, just scaring regular townsfolk, I do think that would probably be the best thing.
Look, man, I don't really know what you're talking about there, but I'll help you guys out. We gotta sort this out. You get Sweet Pea some food, and it's not safer to be
Soul
out
punches. Gamble right in the shoulder again. We talked about this.
I'm gonna check the tracks really quick before we transition. I believe I'm gonna do.
Does your dog follow you wherever you go?
Well, I picture it as she does, but because of like the dangerous nature of what we do. Jeb would ask if she could be taken
Wait.
care of in town by someone.
Do you like
so-
do you like my terrible Georgian accent?
Who are you talking to? I'm sorry.
Mr. Tony.
Oh.
Mr. Master
Master
Tony.
hey, thanks for the follow, Master Tony.
Mr. Master.
Yes, much obliged.
He's the only Master Tony.
He has mastered being Tony.
Damn, he's so good at it. Like Tony the Tiger ain't got shit on Master Tony. Hey, anyone that says otherwise, they got all.
Can
they
go to
don't know
hell.
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh wait, so
Basically.
the whole time that pizza was his because he's the master.
He is
Tony's
the
Pizza?
master. Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe so. I think that's how it works.
that's probably how it works.
Justin, do I see any do I see tracks beyond what I saw during the combat? So 2 creatures, I believe, made their way out.
Where is Cowboy Jeb?
I went
I
down to
lost
see
him.
if there were multiple.
You're way down there.
Yeah, I wanted to see if this is like a well-trodden path, like maybe like body snatchers have been going through here.
Pineapple pizza.
I
Nope.
think I'm gonna follow
best
Jeb
pizza.
because I'm just ultra curious. I am just really curious about this guy. So I
There's
will.
just the two,
I
there, yeah. I'm sorry. Curious.
No.
Yeah.
Is it just like 2 sets of like zombie tracks, or are there very like, you know, I guess more deliberate, purposeful tracks beyond the 2 sets of zombie tracks, or is it just their sets? Those 2 there.
Yeah, it's just like the normal trails and stuff here, and you're not gonna see much like tracks and stuff at this point because of all the rain and stuff that happened. But yeah,
Well,
not a
break-
ton of
the
traffic
break-
going in and out of this break. It's just kind of
Okay.
long grass.
Oh, it's overgrown.
there, so-
Even.
Yeah.
It's overgrown. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Jeb's not super happy to see the wall neglected, but he will shut up for a second so we could do so other people can do some stuff.
Well, I do believe there was talk of going to see the mayor.
Okay. What?
What say
is that
we get
you?
going?
So you guys gonna head down the steps then towards the
Oh, okay.
library. All right, cool. I think Namied and Oku are probably just gonna hang back and chill here.
Kind of hold down the graveyard in case there's more attacks or something.
I don't know.
Right,
Where your
right.
Luffy hat is.
Whirlywin volunteers to look after your dog for the moment. She seemed very excited to do so. So,
Oh, good.
I do imagine she would be very good at caring for a dog.
oh yes.
Bless you, child.
Child.
Well, the gnome woman, right? She's like a child. She looks like a child to Jeb.
And he's an old man, so everybody's a
Everyone's
child to him.
Yeah. It's like one of those waitresses, at Perkins, that calls everyone child. So it's kind of.
All right.
Oh, sweet summer
Bless your
child.
heart, child.
Oh, bless you, son.
So yeah, you guys kind of make the long trek down there, and boy, do
Jump
you
off the cliff.
see piles and piles and piles of undead. Like it's just nuts.
Is this something that's been going on for a while? Is this just where they've been like offloading the undead when they get rid of them? Is this like one of those things where you just kind of stuff things in the closet and hope
Well,
that it'll take care of itself at some point?
It's a
I think there was a giant attack, and then they killed all the zombies.
Yeah. The ones that were left were the ones that we killed. Like I think they killed all the other ones. I believe off cam, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
let's
that's
go
what
in
we're
this
seeing.
temple. Let's make sure, or the library, and let's make sure everybody's not dead,
Yeah. Well. Yeah. No.
or
There's
even more so.
this. It's
undead.
not even just you guys down there too. Like I mean, you see tons of clerics and stuff. I'm not gonna throw them on the map or anything, but
Sure.
yeah, many of them are just very winded and just sitting down and just breathing really hard. Some are injured, and so, I mean, there's a couple that didn't make it. But a lot of these zombies and stuff took a lot of fall damage and stuff, just like literally just raining down this cliff here. Just because they're stupid.
Could I do a couple
yeah.
heal checks and just help people out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do that.
I will oversee things.
I imagine Jeb would try, but he'd probably be batted away once people realize.
I'm sure Namied would try to. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's staying back and tending to the other ones. They were all quite hurt as well, so he's doing his checks up there. So,
I hit someone.
yeah, you did.
I'll do one more just to say that I
Hail.
I mean,
Just to
upon
see
seeing
where it goes.
Upon seeing Father Jeb, a lot of the clerics are like wearily jumping up and ready to fight again. So, is there anything you guys want to say to them before they start blasting him with holy magic or anything?
I jump in front of him, and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Is that what you think? Different group.
We're friends. I'm Father Jeb, and that's that's friend. Well,
Think of him more like your
my
old
name
skinny
is
grandpa.
Sherman.
Sherman. Okay.
Yes, you may call me Sherman.
Sherman.
And I am
Mr.
Soul.
Sherman. Mr. Soul.
I would bow to Jeb.
I guess Jeb would tip his hat.
There you go.
The bowing would hurt. He's got gout. He's got all sorts of aches. There's no positive energy left in his body, so it's nothing but bad now. It's just the worst of existence in his body. So everything hurts all the time. He's cold all the time. Yeah, I guess maybe a diplomacy or something for in addition to what they.
Yeah, I could roll
I'll roll
diplomacy
too, I
here.
guess. Well, that's right. That's fitting, I suppose.
No, they are pretty ready to fight you at that point.
I'm gonna set my gun down.
There
on the
is
ground.
Okay, yeah,
Sherman,
you do
wanna
that
say
helps.
anything?
I mean to bring my gun down.
I mean, I'm not gonna set my gun on the ground because I don't want to get any mud in it, and they're hard to shoot when you're.
Okay, but these people are mad at Father Jeb. Did you want to say anything to make them not attack him?
Listen, I get that he is a very, very scary individual, and
I'm old.
and
Leave me
that
be.
he
Be
is
gone.
he is a very delusional person. I will tell you that. Also, he does seem to hate undead more than most living creatures I've come across. So, that may play to his favor.
Who's this lady?
You do see a halfling woman stand up, and she does motion to the cleric. She seems to be the one in charge here, and says,
I roll diplomacy.
I do think that you have had enough violence for one day.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I'm speaking to all the clerics here. If they're not coming in with any means to fight, then I'd say we let this one go for now.
Plus, we just healed someone, and then I was like we helped, and then when people started jumping around, it was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I would show
turns around.
I would show my my deity symbol. He's a priest of Erastil, and he's kind of got like the priest garb. Yeah. No,
Tony rolled a 13 to help us with the clerics.
But he's Master Tony, so he adds like at least a +10, right?
I think that's a plus 35. Yeah.
34 or 35. I can never remember.
Well,
really high.
listen, he's definitely got a decent charisma score because he has charmed the pants off of me.
We're just
I mean
here
that.
to help.
Charmed my pants right off.
Yeah, he's gonna stand up.
I get a plus 11 just for being an expert in something. So
I actually, fun fact, I usually don't wear pants while I'm playing D&D or any tabletop game. Because
I've seen him at a game store before. It was upsetting.
remember that one time he was playing from that public PC place and there's no pants. I was so surprised.
Yeah,
The guy and the owner kept coming up to him and asking him to leave, and he was just complaining.
It wasn't half as disturbing as that charity event. Yeah, there's a lot of kids there. Any hoozles.
I'm on a list. I'm on a couple lists. What can you do? What can you do?
There's a lot you could not do.
Yeah. It's true. I could not wear pants.
So I guess you could do.
Yeah,
square
the
bits.
double negative probably makes it okay.
Yeah.
Jeb logic maybe.
Right.
Grammar.
All right. Anyways, we've kind of got off the rails here.
My name is
Uh,
Vandy. I'm the head priestess here.
Oh, good.
Imagine you saw quite a bit of action up those stairs.
Vandy Vini Vici.
Is bad, ma'am. It was real bad, but I think
Yeah,
we
it
got
wasn't
covered.
great. I do believe I was pretty close to death at one point. Speaking of which, if you can offer
Not as
any
close as
healing-
him, I hope.
He seems like he's been there and come back. Like,
I'm
so
old.
I mean,
I'm
like,
old. I'm Father Jeb. I'm old. What's it gonna take for you people to see that? If I was undead, would I be talking to you right now?
I think I would. I think
No.
I would kind of like quietly
eating
say
you.
to her. I would be like, I'd just be like, he doesn't- he's not aware of the whole
I kill the dead. I'll make them
situation of
die.
himself.
I'm Father Jeb.
I
Walt,
think he just thinks he's an old man with no skin or something. I don't know. I don't really know the situation, but he clearly
medical
is.
condition, right?
This
Being
is-
undead's a
Yeah.
medical condition.
I'm honestly not quite sure if I should think that this is horrifying or hilarious.
To be honest, I'm on the same page.
hilarious. Wait,
At
that
this point,
doesn't
we're just
sound
bringing
quite
him
right.
with us so he doesn't start more.
Hilarifying? Like I said, hilarious doesn't sound right. Hilarifying might be it,
Something
though.
with horrors.
um,
Glorifying.
Is there any way we could help you and the other clergymen? You seem to
Oh.
have your hands full here.
Well, yes, we did lose a couple of our own here, unfortunately. It's very sad. But,
Does Jeb wear
Yes.
gloves?
He does, so he doesn't see his hands. It's part of his denial, but he does take his
Okay,
hat
okay.
off, and he expresses his condolences. For
I feel like the
uh,
demeanor
departed.
of Jeb would get people to just kind of, not be so
he
scared of him.
does seem
and-
rather amiable.
He
Yeah,
is.
like he's like
yeah. It's not Zagglefart.
your racist grandpa who's nice, but you're like, "Oh, you can't say that, grandpa. But I guess if it's about undead, it's not like that big of a deal. So
Yeah,
So,
no, he'd be very life is.
Can I ask if you know what's going on with this lighthouse and the undead and the crazy color from out of space and whatnot?
oh, I mean, honestly, not a lot. I'm sure our library would have quite a bit of information. So I would have to check that out in our records. What I do know is that 500 years ago, someone in Belcora built that lighthouse near a temple that used to be there of some kind. So,
Oh, a temple. Oh.
yes. And, I mean, I don't recall who the temple was worshipping, but, yes.
did we
The
who
Rose
temple
God
was
defeated
worshipping?
them, and then that's how the town of Atari got started. Never a million years did I ever think we'd have to worry about that. It's just been this old relic sitting there for a very long time, and yes.
I have a question. Have any of you lot gone up there? Because it was very haunted, and that seems kind of to be up your sort of alley as far as
Well, I mean, we're a town with a lot of adventurers come through here, and they have all gone through there. I mean, I imagine the place was pretty well picked over.
Okay.
So, with all the traffic that was going there, with the adventurers going through there, I really didn't think that we would really need to be spending much time there. We're usually quite busy here with our tending the library and also making sure that our shrines and temple here are all in working order.
Well, I'll let you know. We did go up to the lighthouse thinking maybe that was the source of the power creating
I
the
imagine
undead.
so, since that is what shot the energy right at the source of where our problems for
No,
this
of course
evening
we
were.
yes
so
we did that yesterday. Today when the light happened, we came right down here because that's where, of course, the action was happening.
I just shake my head and move on. Anyways, so I would be like, we saw magic orb of some sort. There was a glass, and I'm not really. This isn't really
yes,
my
there did seem to
forte.
be some sort of. It was. We determined that it was for like teleportation or something, correct?
yeah, there is some teleportation magic. You did get that very, very, very strong aura as you
Yes,
were,
there was some sort of
detecting
aura
magic.
of teleportation magic contained in sort of this like glass bubble of some sort.
It seemed
Hmm.
rather indestructible as well. But
That is very interesting. You seem to have
Interesting is one word.
you have quite a bit of information that's extremely valuable. I would recommend that you'd go tell the mayor about this immediately. Honestly, he's probably got his hands quite full. Tell you what, I will see what I can do to try and just direct his attention towards you, and we'll see if he can set an appointment with you either tomorrow or the following day. Is there a place that I could find you?
oh, we're right outside
on
of
the
town.
morrow?
Yeah, in our we have a fish. What was it called?
The fish camp.
Fish camp.
Yes, it's
I
like
was
a
like-
fishing hamlet of some sort.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, did
How
we
far
know who
out of
used
town
to
is
own-
it?
Which way is it? I don't know where it is from the
I
map.
think it's to the east.
It's
I can't
just-
To
remember.
the east,
To the west.
west,
Kinda-
Or to the
west, because we always come from the west.
Yes, yes, not
Yeah.
to the east, to the west.
So yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
we're just west of here. It's, I don't know,
Like a
maybe
2-hour walk.
day? It's a 2-hour walk. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, a couple hours and you can be out there. And less on
Oh.
horse.
A couple hours. Oh, okay.
In the meantime, I would recommend that you go up and just, do some of your juju on that tower, the lighthouse. Just de-ghost it as much as possible.
Otherwise, we are in town quite often, so we're usually at is it Blades and Glaives?
Blades for Glades.
Blades for Glades. We're usually there. We talk to Rin a lot. Sometimes we go and talk. Okay, you might want to just meet us over there. Send a bird. I don't know.
Coming from the bird person.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Otherwise, if you go by horse, it can't take you much more than half an hour.
Well, I will
So-
notify the mayor where you are, and I'll let him take care of it. How about that?
I will be
Sounds
right
fantastic.
back,
As you can
guys.
see,
gotta
I
call.
have-
Just a moment.
My hands quite full here. We have a lot of healing to tend to. Perhaps some townspeople need some taken care of. And so,
Well,
sorry,
We're already here. We'd be happy to help in any way that we possibly could.
Oh,
Help
please,
bury
please,
your dead.
anything that you're willing to help us out with, I greatly would appreciate it. So, but anyway,
Well, is there anything that you guys need help with that you're unable to do yourselves that we might be able to do?
oh, I mean, this is kind of our specialty
s-
here. Is we are
Helping the
clerics
injured.
after all.
Okay. Yeah, I guess clerics are kind of like the Red Cross, aren't they?
Yes, but anyway, I must be going. But
Okay. Well, we'll
I
wander
have
around
let everyone
town,
know
we'll
that-
make sure everybody's okay and help the people we can help.
okay, thank you very much. All right, well, I bid you good day then.
Farewell,
I'm Jip.
Father Jib.
All right, so you guys just kind of wander around town then for a moment.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we would just, if people needed help with like any buildings that have fallen apart, any like
Oh boy, no,
reconstruction and
most people don't really want anything to do with you guys. You got a skeleton walking around with you.
That's fair.
And so, yeah,
If you
everything's
like-
shuttered up.
Yeah, if you
Um,
like, I can stay back and just help with burying the dead. If that would be more, I guess, productive. I
Mm.
guess Jeb wouldn't mind doing that.
I guess maybe if we, there probably is a situation. I feel like this is a very much a gamble thing where he'd be like, maybe you just stay back, you know. Because I don't think Soul would necessarily order you to do anything, you know.
No, we could just have it that Jeb's just helping them because they have to rebury all the bodies, right?
Yeah.
And that's gonna take
I'm assuming, yeah.
days, probably.
Mhm.
I can just kind of help do that while you guys are kind of making your rounds around town.
Yeah, and I guess we'll just say that maybe Oku just stays and helps the clerics because Oku has healing, and
Mhm.
we'll just say that Namied does whatever Namied's doing, helping clerics.
He
do anything,
also helping with healing and stuff. I mean, the guy's a lot of
Yeah.
healers in your party, which is really nice. So, yeah,
So
I guess you spend a lot of time doing
that's
that.
how
So.
we write them out, and there we go.
Exactly. So anyway, you guys are probably just spend the good rest of the day there. So, are you guys be staying in town tonight, or are you making your way back to the fish camp?
It might not hurt to stay in town just in case
Mhm.
another incident happens. So
I guess Jeb would be concerned for another attack. He would
yeah, it's not-
prefer.
if you want
Yeah.
to stay with us, I don't have any problem. Like we could always come back and get Jeb, and then maybe
Yeah.
Namied and the Fox are like Oku. Maybe Namied and Oku are just like, well, we're just gonna head back to camp, and so
Mhm.
so this is the party that we have.
Yea, verily, I say I hath returned. Sorry, phone call.
What we were gonna say, what we're saying now is, so me and you went and kind of helped the town, Sherman, and then
Okay.
Father Jeb's gonna stay back and help bury bodies. So it's just gonna be
Okay.
me. So me
Well,
and
he
you went
does-
and helped because when we can't really walk around with a skeleton right after a big undead attack.
I don't like that one.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
Pretty tone deaf. Quite the faux pas.
So we're just gonna let him help with burying the dead, and then we did that, and we helped, and now we're just deciding if we want to stay in town or not. And I'm saying Solo would say that he'd want to stay in town just in case there was a second attack.
Yes. Let us go talk to the mayor.
Oh, the mayor's gonna. That lady's gonna set up stuff for us
Like
to talk to the
appointment
mayor.
or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
have someone who's rather important in town who is going to go talk to him on your behalf. So,
I want
Because
to
he's
just drop
kinda
in on the
busy,
mayor
so-
like we're the Powerpuff Girls. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's the
Well,
issue. Is we're not the Powerpuff
the
Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
Blossom, bubbles, and buttercup.
So I
Miss
think
Bellum, can you open my pickle jar?
I think at this point, yeah, we go find a hotel to stay, and we could probably take Jeb with us to a hotel and just deal with those diplomacy checks. So,
Sure. All right. So here's some different options you guys have in Otari. Let's see. You have. Let's see. Is this a tavern? Crook's Nook?
do you think I could convince Father Jeb that the whole world is now ageist against old people,
You've been to this.
and we have to hide your face
I
to
may-
stop the ageism of old people?
I may let him.
He's not like a social justice. The only kind of justice he cares about mostly is just destroying undead, and he doesn't like devilry and a lot of other kind of debauchery and sin stuff. Ageism is he wouldn't even know what the hell that is. But
Fair enough.
yeah. Yeah, but potentially in the future, maybe some other idea. I think Shane had some ideas too for
Mm-hmm.
That is, guys,
yeah.
would always.
But the
still
but the
work.
fact that he can't see his face, everything that's undead about him, he can't see because it's part of his, him
Face.
being like, Clayton Bigsby and being blinded to his
Mhm.
own condition.
Does he not
so.
shower and find out he's a skeleton?
I don't think he would shower. I guess if anyone asked
No.
him like, "Oh, why aren't you, why aren't you eating?" Trying to, show him that logically you should be eating because you're
And
alive.
he's not. He's just like, oh, I'm just not hungry.
He would just say, yeah, he doesn't eat as much as he used to because he's old.
Right.
And so obviously, like that logic is flawed, but it's not as outlandish as some things.
I guess that
think
we
of,
just, for some things, we might not just think about it too much.
Sure,
and-
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, 3 days in, somebody be like, "That guy's a skeleton. He's clearly a skeleton. Take off your
Yeah, no,
gloves. You're a skeleton."
No, you don't need to shower.
Yeah.
Just rub some dirt on it. That's how cowboys do.
There you go.
Yeah.
He just drinks coffee.
Gross.
So yeah, tavern wise,
he was
here's a
flashing his
couple
teeth,
options. You guys have the Crook's Nook, which the Soul has been to before. I imagine that Gamble's probably spent some time there as well before. I mean, you guys have spent some time in Otari for a while. But that's the place where you went and you ran into Urok. After you'd gone and you talked to Carmen at Blades for Glades, and he said you were looking for like people who are maybe into some not so legal things sometimes, and he pointed, oh yeah, go to Crook's
I
Nook.
would.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Me?
that's where I found the cards.
What?
I went there.
Never.
That's where I got your cards from.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's also a different place called the Rowdy Rockfish. It's
we're gonna
actually a very calm and quiet tavern.
That's where I'd want to go. The only reason I went to the Crook's Nook is because I needed something of an illicit nature.
Yes,
essentially.
we're trying to be fine, upstanding citizens on this trip. So yeah, we should probably go to the one that isn't full of criminals.
All right.
Well, they would have gotten that giant skeleton somewhere. I feel like the port could be more. I mean, that could be like a point to investigate if they don't have giants on the islands. So that's kind of you don't just find giant skeletons. I mean, you either have to have killed one or waited for one to die, or you bought it on the whatever markets.
Well, as far as I understand, since that one beam was possibly teleportation, it teleported him in somehow.
But but everything's on the island, right? So I mean,
Maybe.
I guess.
I mean,
maybe, yeah.
So the lighthouse. This is
we
player
don't know
talk.
about
This
we
is
don't know
player
about the
talk, but
teleportation, yeah.
right, this is player talk. But from what I understand, is it's possible that these lighthouses are like beacons of each other. So there's
They-
probably another orb somewhere else.
Sure.
That's my guess. But
Mm.
I don't think Soul isn't super versed on magic stuff, but obviously because he's the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I have more knowledge than Nox ever did, so I have general. I know what's going on in the world, and I understand that magic exists. Knowledge. So
Oh, I don't have a token for her. Okay. All right, so yeah, you go into the Rowdy Rockfish. Actually, just made a scene for this.
did we want to do anything with Father Jeb there, Sherman, before we got there?
I don't think so at the moment. Like I said, we invited him back to the fishing hamlet, for when, but we're not, I guess, staying there at the moment. So, I do just want to make sure that he knows that he is welcome there and should come there at some point.
What shrines are in the? It's not possible to stay at the library with the monks and stuff, is it? Probably not, I imagine. But
yeah, they're not too keen on having you there.
yeah. What shrines do they have beside? I mean, I know you said it's for they have a
The
Saren,
main temple is for Sarenrae, and then they also
Uh-huh.
have shrines off into the lower building here that are dedicated to Ghostray, Erastiel, and Caden Kylian.
That happens to be Jeb's deity.
Caden Kylian?
No. Erastiel. I guess before if there was some way for Jeb to learn that from the other people while he's helping to bury
Oh,
the dead.
he would see like a priest or something, or like a
Mhm.
someone who has the symbol of Erestial on them, and so very quickly he'd find that out. So yeah.
Are you supposed to be in bed?
Yeah, so I would just, I guess Jeb would maybe visit it while, I forget, did we all pair off? I
That's not
can't
very.
remember
That's very
exactly how it
naughty.
worked,
Don't do
but
that again.
Kind of, yeah.
I wanted him to maybe go to the shrine and like, kind of like bless his gun oil and then clean his gun really quick and then head back to the others.
Okay.
So he would it would just be like blessings for accuracy, blessings to, hit your mark sort of stuff, because that his
Cool.
deity, that's kind of one of his nicknames is Deadeye, is the
Cool.
Stagfather. So yeah, so just kind of blessing the gun.
And yeah, you do notice kind of a shift in the attitude of some of the clergy as they do see you doing this. Yeah, seeing that you are a man of faith and whatnot, and so that
Man of the
yeah.
cloth, and he would know some there's not a lot of formal I guess
Creeds?
proceedings. Yeah, but there'd be maybe some lines that and he would know those lines, things. And he also has the parables of Erastil, and so he'd be reading from that a little bit too, while he's blessing his gun and cleaning his gun with the at the shrine. But yeah, we can change the scene. I believe we'll just.
Oh yeah, sure. So you guys are going to stay at the tavern?
Would Jeb come with us to the tavern to stay? I would invite him there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go to the tavern then.
If I can find it here quickly enough.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Not as going for it, but yeah, it kind of sounded like that, didn't it?
It wasn't quite that, but yeah. That's just the vibe I got.
Oh, it's good. Oh man, I don't know if this
this
is gonna work
new
very well.
UI is a little more streamlined. It's just like everything's a little.
I love it. It's Pathfinder themed. Even Pathfinder 2 is straight from the core rulebook. So
I can leave
yeah.
my dark mode on with it, which is really nice. The way it was before, I could do that.
I still turn mine off because I'm curious if it would mess with other stuff, but it looks pretty good with dark mode.
Mm-hmm. There's a few things that are, but it's very good overall.
So yeah, like my AC and stuff kind of disappears on my sheet,
Mm-hmm.
but my dark mode is set to like OLED black, so it just makes everything.
Shoot, there's a roof on there, and I can't see past it.
Hey, there we are.
Is there an interior map for the?
Is there a
There is.
make
I had
roof
a
transparent button?
well, it's the scene has
Is there a reason
foreground.
that somebody spilled a bunch of red pepper flakes in front of that building?
I believe those are flowers.
Oh, I guess that makes.
That's
more
what you want to
sense.
call them. Looks like giant red pepper flakes to me.
Anyway, I'll mess with that later. There's really not much to see in here.
Wow, if this was our
story
other
wise,
game,
anyway.
Neither of
So
mine. Yeah.
If
yeah,
this was our other game, this is where Nox and what's her
Al,
name? No,
Sam.
I couldn't think of Sam's name. Aaron hasn't been around for a while.
yeah. So you guys walk in. Yeah, like I said, it's a very quiet tavern. There's a sign that depicting a rockfish with its fins up in a boxing pose
That's dope.
that hangs outside. And within, there's a calm demeanor of the tavern's patrons. Makes someone wonder if it ever actually hosts barroom brawls. It's pretty bare at this point. There's like really nobody in there other than a dwarf who seems to be tending the counter. Just red hair and very kind of scraggly little beard there. But yes.
Does Jeb tend to hang back? Is he like that kind of person?
I think to not be rude, and you're kind of like his unofficial host. He would actually probably be following your both of your leads.
Yeah,
so-
I think
yeah.
Sherman would walk up and just be like, "Excuse me, sir. We would like to rent a room if you have one available."
Oh, you must be a bit mistaken. I am not a sir.
Well, I am embarrassed, and now that you say that, I can't believe I would have mistaken that fine beard that you have there. No male dwarf I've ever seen takes such good care of his beard.
Oh, don't worry yourself, dearie. Honestly, it's not the first time it's happened.
I think as soon as she would have been like, "I'm not a guy, I'm a girl," Soul would have just let out just one loud ha.
Actually, he can do that. That's a thing he can do, isn't it?
The squawk.
Well,
Yeah, he can squawk.
Squawk
It's
is
a
if I make like if I do like a
Yeah.
like a social mishap. That's what the
Well,
squawk
see,
is for.
like that could have been me like misrolling on saying hi, and you
Doing
could have
it
just
on the
squawked there.
Yeah.
This is more me laughing at you. I think I enjoy seeing you fumble around a little bit, so I don't think I would help you in this situation. It's
man.
kind of like we're like buddies, you know. It's just like every little thing to make you look like an
Yes,
idiot.
I know.
Is
I just like
perfect.
that is like in canon an ability that you have of just giving out a loud squawk like that.
And it,
And I like that it's basically just you laughing at whoever just like showed their ass in front of whoever they're talking to.
well, it's specifically for me when I make an ass of myself.
I thought you could do it when your allies did it as well.
No,
There, I'll
you
smooth
critically
it.
fail deception, diplomacy, or intimidation.
Oh, okay. Well,
And it's only works against non-tengu. If it's another tengu, I can't use it.
yes, I'm like, well, my fine lady, if you would put us up in a room, I would certainly appreciate it. And of course, meals and drinks, gentlemen. Well, 2 meals, I suppose.
Okay. Well.
Father, do you
you-
drink?
Eat food and drink. Well, let's not do. I don't want her to have to mop, so let's not do the drink.
I mean, the food would be just as bad.
Okay.
It's gonna turn into mush after you.
I'm
User.
Father Jib.
Well, it certainly looks like
What?
he could use a bit of food.
Yeah, he is a
I don't
little
eat as much
peckish.
as I used to.
I don't eat as much as I used.
I mean, honestly, I've never seen it get that bad before.
Yeah. Welcome
Hey,
to
Father,
being old.
How old are you? I can't
He
access
keeps telling me
you.
he looks like he's wasting away, but
I
you still
stopped-
can't get him to eat much of nothing.
I stopped tracking it after 50. At that point, you're
That
just
tracks.
old. Really old.
I think I'd turn back to Sherman and be like, "Do you think he died at 50?" We're just like trying to piece this together.
The mystery. Yeah. I think Jeb would take a coffee if somehow that's available. I think Otari has a bunch of coffee fields or something.
I would ask Jeb if he drinks. If he drinks like alcohol, is how I'd be like asking it. Since you are a man of the cloth, I don't know how
Yeah,
that really works with.
I think he. At the moment, I'm gonna say no because I haven't actually thought about that. But I think tentatively he's gonna be like no alcohol. But
You could we could just say that you kind of you just kind of mumble a little bit, and then we can decide later. So.
Yeah. I think for now he would just do coffee if that's an option. He doesn't
Okay.
care how long it's been, in the pot. He doesn't need a fresh pot. If it's possible.
Yeah,
if
it's
possible.
not like his taste buds are really activated. So.
I think he would like the feeling of it on his teeth because he doesn't have a tongue. He doesn't have a roof of his mouth, but just wet liquid on your teeth, like coffee liquid on your teeth, like I think that's as good as it's gonna get for him as a skeleton.
Do skeletons in Pathfinder still feel?
Well, they do.
Alright,
They
if I
have
turn
to.
that music
I mean,
off here.
that's how he like holds his weapon and stuff. So he does
Fair
have,
enough.
you know, tech. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
I was just
but
curious. I was just curious. So.
there aren't any biomechanics like logic and reason. If you're looking for them,
Yeah.
you're not gonna. It's a skeleton, but I do like the idea of him just like drinking a coffee and then it spills all over his cassock, which is I picture it as black, so it doesn't really matter anyway. It's not gonna stain, but yeah. So I guess I'll sit down and
Gunslinger priest is so cool. Like I just
well,
like.
you gotta blame Hollywood for making it that way, because there's no other religious figure, from Islam
Yeah, like
or
Trigun,
Hinduism or it's
Wolfwood.
yeah,
It does
yeah.
have a
So
bit of a Wolfwood vibe.
yeah, so it's really media's fault that they made him so cool and then inspired the artists of the internet to make these concept arts that I like so much. But yeah, so.
If we get a high enough level, will he be able to craft himself a giant cross that is a gun?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. He has a firearm
It
cleaning
is pretty
kit,
kick-ass.
yeah, I like the idea of it. If we could somehow figure out, even if it just looked like it, or like Constantine's shotgun, like with the crosses on it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I would love for
Like-
something like that in the future.
It's like
yeah.
Mihawk's sword with the giant.
Oh God, Hawkeye Mihawk. I need to start that up again.
We're rewatching it. We got
I can't believe you got to the end and were like, hey, you know what that tastes like? More.
well, Audra missed a lot of the beginning. She got into like I was watching it and she got into it like later on. For the people on Twitch, I'm talking about One Piece. She got into it later on, and so we went back to so she could watch all the like Romance
Mhm.
Dawn stuff, and
Sure.
which is kind of a cool way to watch it. So because you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that happened 2,000 episodes ago.
Yeah. So you guys turn in for the night, get some a great meal served by oh, what was her name? Some.
Griselda.
Nope. Not that one.
Conchina.
Oh God, I have so many journals.
Norma.
It wasn't
Are
Norma.
dwarves like typically
Brilda.
like German names?
It's Brilda. Brilda Vinkerville.
Brilda Vinkerel.
It's a good
Oh,
dwarven name. I
Norse
suppose.
names. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah. Does the skeleton even sleep?
He has to be in a quiescent state for 4 hours. So I picture
I'll be
him
right
just
back.
like he'd be reading his the parables of Erastil, and contemplating what he's reading.
He sets up camp like in Red Dead Redemption and then just sits there next to the fire for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, basically, Sherman and Soul like get all snuggled up in bed, and he's just like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll be here, watching."
Just by
Yeah.
candlelight, just got a table.
Yeah,
It'd be
and he's
kind of cool. It's kind of cool to think that you're just like it's just a silhouette of you, like just you just see the book in his hand and like just kind of like
He
the
just
collar.
gets, like,
Like, there's like enough light to
still.
see the white collar, but otherwise it's just like it's all like shadow. Kind of just
yeah.
light behind him flickering.
Mm-hmm.
That's very Western.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Candlelight, you love it. You gotta have it.
I just feel like any room you stand in, it's got to be Westerny. Like,
Yeah, like
Like-
there's the saloon double doors, everything. Yeah, all the time.
yeah, like when we walk through the doors, it's a normal door, but for some reason, when you walk through it, it double doors all of a sudden.
Yeah, I
Like it
pictured
just
it
turn-
that way
Like the
too.
camera pans away and then it pans back, and it's just like camera.
Just for me. Yeah.
Yeah, just for you.
Yeah.
Every time they show each of our characters standing out of somewhere, it's like boom, Soul. He's like getting his sword ready, and then it's like gamble, and he's like oceloting, and then it's just Jeb standing there, and a tumbleweed goes by.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always Western.
But
Oh.
unlike Hab, his perception's good, so he'll actually see shit if something were to happen. But
I feel like Jeb's hype track should either be that, the Clint Eastwood like whistle.
oh, that is a good idea. It didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Or it's
I'll
the
look for
kid
it
screaming,
later.
"I got the power of God and anime on my side." So one or the other.
I'll look
It's
for
definitely a
both
hype
tracks
track we
then.
can say for some
I have the
occasion.
power
So
of God and anime on my side. Yeah, man, combat is a lot of fun. Oh, that's the other thing there, Tony, is that there are a lot of effects that we have added to this that go off when we do combat that you won't get to see today, but hopefully if you come like next week or some other time, you'll get to see all the cool, dumb bullshit that we've added to this.
or you can just go on YouTube and see some of our stuff there too.
Hey, don't fucking come at me with good ideas like that. I don't appreciate it. Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys wake up the next morning and Brelda, was it Brelda? Something like that.
Brunhilde.
So many NPCs I've had to introduce to you guys today. My
It's
goodness.
Just call her
It's
Big
all
B.
right.
We're just calling her Big B.
Big B.
Big B? Like Big B's
Oh no,
grasping
that sounds
hand?
too much like Bixby, like the stupid Samsung thing that they try to get to take off.
Or Big B, the wizard from Dungeons and Dragons?
Sure.
What does she say to us?
We'll call her Large B. Large
not
Marge.
too good with women, are you? Their soul.
Awful.
Well, Soul
Actually-
might be into dwarf. Actually, you have that whole dwarven side thing, kind of, right? With
Well,
your
no,
Oh
armor.
'cause-
yeah.
Maybe you're into
And it said it could have
dwarves,
come from like it could have come from a past
Well,
lover or
see,
something like
it
that.
might be one of those things where for
Uh-oh.
Could I
What's
ask the
going on?
dwarf if she could read some of the hymns to me from the hymnal that I have?
Was in dwarvish?
Oh,
It's all in
absolutely.
Dwarvish, yeah.
Oh yeah, she'd
Yeah,
tell you all
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. Because I would just like write maybe underneath the dwarven letters in common what it all says, or in tengu or something.
Yeah, she's just very delighted to help you out with that, and she'll also tell you about how it's been quite some time since I've gone through a Torag scriptures with someone before, so thank you. It reminds me of the time I used to spend with my son. We used to do this.
speaking of Torag, didn't we
I
come
would've-
across something of his not
It's this
a
book
while ago?
that I'm showing her.
Oh, it is this. I thought
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
there was.
It's called the
Oh
Hymnal
no,
of
what I'm
Torag.
thinking of is there was like a shrine or like an
while back.
arch or something like that we also came across.
Maybe, I don't remember.
Yeah, there was a temple back in Falcon's, the
Yeah.
Droskar's Crag, north of Falcon's Hollow.
Oh, yeah. So
Um,
I guess if you would have said that, I'd be like, oh yeah, we saw that shrine.
Mm-hmm.
So
Have you been? It was quite dangerous when we went there. So
Yeah, no,
Maybe-
I can't say I have. It I don't usually go prancing through dangerous places like that. Especially at the Droskar's Crag. You got to be bloody crazy to go set a foot in there.
do I learn anything from
Well-
this hymnal? I know this was how long ago.
Well, I
But-
don't know about that. You see, I can shoot lightning bolts from my arse and fireballs from my arse. Sorry, I heard a dwarf say that once, and it was just something that stuck with me. Sorry, that's actually. Sorry, that's just a dumb line from Oh my god, what is the one with the guys with the face painted blue? I know what that movie is called.
Avatar.
No,
No.
it's Mel Gibson movie.
Braveheart.
Braveheart,
Braveheart.
yes.
I was like, everybody in Avatar's blue. Otherwise, you're thinking of Blue Man Group from Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
Except they don't say anything at all ever.
Yeah, but they always have those dwarven lines written on whatever. Anyways, I would. I'm like, this is going nowhere. I think I would be. I would have told her too. I'd be happy to, like, you know. I'd probably ask her about her son. What is? Does he just adventuring or?
Oh, no. He disappeared about 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know where he
Yes, my
went, but
condolences.
oh, you'll keep your condolences. He's alive. I can feel it.
Where was he last seen?
Oh, I think he was. Oh, it did north of town. I think he was just about to go and fetch some firewood to keep our fireplaces running, but he never came back that night.
Well, you've been so helpful with this book. I mean, we could always go and take a look. I mean, I can't promise anything, but
Oh, dear, you do my heart so well. Just, yeah, even by offering, whatever you're willing to do to help, I'd appreciate it.
yeah, I mean,
yeah, I would be happy to help out.
Absolutely, ma'am. We're heading that
Always
way.
good to
I
play
think.
the.
we kind of
always
need
nice
to.
play the good Samaritan every once in a
We're
while.
kind of after what happened, you know, these last couple days, and we're kind of staying in town anyways, so no, it's no problem.
Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you. Yeah, she kind of wipes some tears away. And just, I'm
I'm wiping tears away, man.
I'm gonna head back to the kitchen for just a moment, and yeah, she hurries off. Yeah, this lets you guys finish your breakfast in peace. Then he comes back and takes
Does
your
Jeff
dishes
have
after you
like
guys are
tracking
finished.
abilities? Is he a tracker? Because I know you said you were
Yeah,
tracking those
yeah.
zombies.
Yeah. So he has pretty good survival in nature, and also undead lore and religion. So
Okay. Do you need?
he
You don't need anything for tracking, right? Like, for like a survival check? If you're tracking somebody, does it increase the DC, or does it help the DC if we have something of the person's, or
Well, it's not like you don't have to be like a ranger
not a
or
scent
something.
thing, or but
Yeah, it's just whatever is available. I mean, having proficiency in survival helps. So,
okay.
he doesn't have scent. No.
But
But
his
he can
dog?
follow tracks.
that would be. I was gonna say that would be absolutely bonkers. What with him having no nose.
No nose, no nothing. Yeah,
That'd be hilarious, though.
yeah. He did a lot of hunting in his past.
Do you get a
and,
negative to perception because of your hearing?
And you're not having eyes.
Again, the logic and reason's not going to be there. The skeleton.
I know I'm going
Yeah.
back to One Piece, but it's just Brooke from One Piece. So there's a lot of times they're like, well, how does this and that happen? And they're just like, oh, I'm not really sure. And then they just kind of move on. And just like,
Yeah, no. I mean, he's undead. I mean, there's they give no.
I feel like that's how we're gonna.
explanations,
Anytime we ask you how something works, you could just be like, I don't know, and then we're just gonna move on.
And he definitely wouldn't acknowledge that he's undead. That's like
Right.
I picture something really bad because his background is once bitten, which is implying a fight, altercation with an undead. And so I imagine his cause of death might have been an undead, or related to it, or shortly after.
But being an
Or
old
maybe
cowboy, he
he was
rubbed some
raised-
dirt on it.
Maybe he was raised by a lich or something like that. When he finally gets revenge, he points his pistol at the lich and says, "Once bitten, twice die," and then shoots him in the face.
Okay, now I gotta come up with badass sayings like that, I guess. But yeah, he hates undead. You know, he hates undead.
But he kind of
so-
would he kind. I guess he wouldn't, because he wouldn't tell us
Pretty
any of
committed.
this. 'Cause
And with the
Now
skeleton,
listen, if there's 3 things you need to know about me, it's that I'm a crack shot. I hate undead, and I make a mean pasta salad.
and with the skeleton ancestry,
it would actually be.
it says that they generally their memories are hazy of their life. So
It'd be hilarious if his coffee was just fucking amazing. Like, you
he
can't
just wouldn't
taste
be able to-
anything.
Yeah, it just feels the wetness of it and just goes right onto his cassock. Yeah. He just
We'll have to
floats
roll
in
for
the
that
storm with
sometime or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what's that about a Cossack?
What?
Cossacks, I think, are like people from like Eastern Europe.
I don't know what those are. I know what a cassock is, but yeah.
Apparently,
That-
Cossacks are predominantly East Slavic Orthodox Christians.
Oh,
Hmm.
so Cossacks with Catholics, so you could potentially.
Cossacks could be in
yes.
Catholics. Cossacks and Catholics.
Yeah, it sounds like it should be a store or something. I don't know.
Cossacks, Cassacks? That'd be kind of like confusing. Cossacks, Cassacks, and caskets.
So we gotta bring over our.
We have the mayor meeting coming up. I think,
Cossacks,
at some
Catholic,
point.
Cassacks, and caskets. Just make it worse and worse.
All right, yeah, you guys could head over there.
Yeah, let's head over there. I want to help this lady. I kind of like that this just kind of naturally happened too.
Yeah.
Like I was showing her the book, and yeah, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we're
I'm probably
giant
gonna
and that we're
ask you just to
basically
move
like
our
stomping on all of the
tokens.
buildings.
We're just going up
That's
to
how
these
I
woods,
do the
right?
city maps too. It's just so much easier.
Look at how I-
obviously it's not to scale, but
Yeah,
I use my
you kind of
wings
see.
to continue walking because that's just how Tengu works.
I don't know
Yeah,
who the mayor
so
is.
the mayor's manor overlooks the town here up on the cliff. Got the best view in town here.
Oh my!
What do you think? Should we just climb the cliff or should we go around?
Oh, I thought we were going up to this bridge because she said it was to the north
Scouts
anyway, so we have to
today.
go north.
I ain't
All right,
climbing
I suppose
nothing.
so.
Ew.
I-
Shit.
Oh, the north.
I admit,
think-
I admit that what I did say, what I said, was indeed crazy.
So I think
Yeah.
you guys may not be on the same page here. Are you guys heading to the mayor's house, or are you gonna go like up to the woods?
I thought we were heading up to the woods to find this lady's son.
He
Just-
disappeared.
alright.
Like he disappeared a couple of years ago.
I
As,
know,
you say,
I know,
as far as
but,
like tracking
Mayor-
goes, I don't know that we're going to be able to find a lot.
I know,
It's definitely
but
a cold case. But I think
It's on the way.
mayor thing is like
Kind of.
it's like a time sensitive
Yeah.
thing, right? The mayor is like we had to get an appointment or something.
Yes.
yeah, but
I
she said
think
it
We
was
could
being
always
probably-
check out the woods on the way back. Listen, I've had dealings with debutantes and you know, barons and baronesses and all manner of nobility before, and it is really not a good idea to keep them waiting, if at all it can be helped.
He's right. Let's go to the mayor. Let's go now. Fuck him.
I like that that's basically just a tick now.
Father Jim.
Oh,
I'm Father
It's like-
Jim.
it's like a what was that one skit? Old Craig that had.
I'm
the
old
Bailey's
Greg.
thing?
I'm old
Maybe I
Greg.
pulled from that just now.
It's kind of funny
possible
though
to come-
because like Father Jeb is just like he's almost saying it so he can remember his own name. Like,
Yeah,
his-
like he's
his-
trying to convince
basically-
his vision's
himself.
so hazy. And
He
like,
is senile.
yeah,
and that's like one thing he's kept
You're
is his
undead.
name, and so
No!
he's trying to like hold on to it.
No, I'm Father Jeb. No.
yeah, absolutely. To convince himself, convince everyone, and yeah, absolutely. I could see that.
It also kind of makes him less threatening. Like
Well,
like when he's
senility, yeah, absolutely. Even though he's like a sniper, but which is fine. I mean, it's kind of hilarious.
I mean,
He
it could
was
be
gonna
like when
unexpected
he's in
sharpshooter.
combat, he's like focused, like he's a different man.
I-
almost, you know?
I thought of that too. And I picture it that way also. Are there any guards up at the manor? I see a wall.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple there, and again, I mean, this is kind of the routine. Every single time you guys are walking around with Father Jeb here, they're gonna bristle like, oh, God. They draw their clubs.
I think
No, I just tip my
I think
hat
I would be
to-
like, men, stand down. I was a
Gentlemen.
guard before, and you know,
Hey,
Hey, Tony,
so I
thanks
just
for
kind of
coming
like chat
out.
with them. And
Have a good night,
Go
bud.
on, get.
Yeah, see you, Tony.
See you, Tony.
Hope to see you
Ask me,
again, man.
Tony. Absolutely.
the master of his name.
But yeah, just kind of give him a tip of the hat, gentlemen, if you will. We do have an appointment, I believe.
what are your names?
We do this weekly, Mr.
Father
Tony.
Jeb.
Master Mr. Tony.
Days.
We haven't missed a week so far. And as our
I had to change my work schedule to get into this one.
Yeah, our brave dungeon master said, we do have the archives up on YouTube. They are long, and a lot of it is us kind of trying to figure out the game, which may actually help you if you wanted to go through it. Because yeah, we also kind of had to figure out how second edition worked.
Yeah, we're a
No,
bunch of
And
noobs.
Foundry.
And also Foundry.
And Foundry, yes.
We
So-
are not masters, Tony. We are neophytes, I guess, with the.
I'm about to neophyte you.
Oh,
Right in the
shit.
jeb.
Oh. Ow! That hurt.
Father Jim.
Leave me be. Go
I think I would go up to him and be like, men, stand down.
All right.
He's very
well,
old.
get some
I
sleep.
know what he looks like,
Hope you
but it's not
have
what you think.
a nice day at work tomorrow, Tony.
See you, Tony.
Nice chatting with you, Tony.
Um,
Sound like the chillest dude ever. He's just like, yeah, I'm Master Tony. Like, he's good vibes from the name
Good vibes indeed.
and the
See you,
roles.
bud.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my god, I love that emote.
that's
I
pretty
want it.
good. I appreciate that a lot. Very fitting for our current party makeup here. So
Yeah, no
yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. Well, one of the guards goes in and kind of talks to, I guess, the secretary and whatnot, and they come up with like, "Well, we did send someone over to your house to do a message, not to like, hopefully you'd come here like noon, but yeah, I mean, you guys could just chill in the waiting room for a bit. Mayor's real busy, but
Okay.
What time is
thank
it?
You.
well,
11:30?
what time would you guys have left? Like,
If your little time thing says 11:30.
does it really?
Well,
Mine
Jeb-
says
Jeb's an
6:42
old
a.m.
person.
Oh, there's two different time things. Yes, it says now 7:02 a.m. Okay.
Jeb would have been up
There's
at
the
3
calendar
mowing
time, and
people's
then
there's
the-
lawns.
I guess you guys probably would have spent some time. Oh, also make sure you do your rest on your tokens, or on your characters as well. Get everything
right.
back.
Yeah.
Don't forget to do that.
I'll get everything, but get some back.
Every time a day passes, make sure you hit that button.
Rest.
I mean, you guys could
I
have showed
record
up there
60
at
points.
10 or something like that. You know, I'm sure you're probably in a rush to head over there. So
How chill is our life? We're just doing whatever we want. Somebody asks us something, we're like, yeah, we'll go check it out. Cool. I
you
didn't
guys
do
and
anything today.
show you into this really nice waiting room area and bring you refreshments and whatnot. Despite you, having just eaten a big breakfast over at Brelda's place, but they insist and make sure you're all taken care of. So eventually, the secretary does come in and like, all right, the mayor will come see you now. And brings you over to his office, and you see him sitting at this big desk. It's got piles of paperwork all over the place, and very neatly arranged. It's not like messy. There's a method to his chaos there. So, and so this is what he looks like.
Oh man,
Damn.
that dude's he's badass.
I was gonna say that mayor looks like he could have taken some of those zombies out himself.
Dude, he looks like a necromancer. He's like a closet. He's a closet necromancer over here. Okay.
That'd be a great
Have you ever
player
heard the
character. I
term
think so.
projecting?
Have I ever heard of projecting?
Yeah, Mr.
I was talking. I was just talking. As a
No,
player.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was saying that to
Mayor.
no to I can't remember what your new character's name is, Nathan.
Father
Jeb.
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 Father Jeb. That's right. You've only said it about 100 times.
Father Jeb.
Yeah. You like, oh no, he looks like a necromancer. I'm like, well, I think maybe
Yeah,
you're
it's like-
projecting some insecurities there, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Jeb wouldn't say that, but he's definitely looking at him. He's a person in power, and so.
So would as soon as we introduce each other here.
Yeah, so you guys walk in. It's like, oh, please come in. And holy shit! As he sees Father Jeb.
Yeah, I do know
He's-
that.
Old man,
There.
crazy, senile, not, but he's not. He's gonna forget this.
He's way past old.
Yeah, but someone doesn't know that.
Oh, believe me, son.
And I
once
would
you
be
get
like-
past old, there's always more old after it. Believe me, and that's church.
I feel like Father Jeb does diplomacy himself. As soon as he talks, he's like, okay, he's not.
He just shoots. Yeah, he's gonna fuck everything up.
All right.
It's fine.
But
It probably won't be so bad in other places. It's probably
seat,
we
have a
just
seat.
had a zombie apocalypse
no.
happen. So
Yeah, I really blame the internet for making really cool undead concept art, 'cause that's kind of how this all
turns out
originated,
skulls
so,
still cool.
yeah.
yes.
I forget what
Anyway,
we're trying to meet him about. Was there something that we were helping him with? I forget.
no.
The
He invited. Yeah, he had. Sent
We
an
wanted to
invitation
talk
guys,
to him
uh,
about we wanted to talk to him about doing something about the lighthouse.
yes.
And,
Yes, yes,
And to tell him that a druid helped us a whole bunch.
Oh yes, I did almost forget. Yeah, she was very adamant about that fact.
I'm sure she was.
She's one of the good ones.
She did
Jesus
actually
Christ.
offer us a fair amount of assistance, though.
That's good to hear. I'll make sure that that somehow makes its way down the grapevine to the people. But if, at this moment, we've got bigger things to worry about. That
You mean-
lighthouse has been completely silent for the last 500 years.
I would hope so. It's a lighthouse. Sound is not one of its main functions, as far as I understand it.
I
silent
punch you in
and
the arm again.
no action whatsoever up in that part of.
God, you're so strong for having hollow bones.
It specifically says I'm lighter because of my hollow bones.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good line. But yeah, he says. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yes. I mean, 500 years ago, my ancestor was part of the Rose Guard and fought against Belcora herself. And since then, like, there's really been no problems from that lighthouse, and many people have gone there. And I mean, yeah, you've got some dangerous things crawling around there from time to time, but I mean, no one dead. No sort of magic auras or anything like that. So something's astir at that lighthouse, and
So
It's
he's a
significant,
descendant of the Rose Guard. He's a
one of
descendant
them.
of the Rose Guard.
the Rose
then.
Guard
Oh,
was
interesting.
4 different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other living descendants that the party knows of, or is he the only one to our knowledge?
I mean, we could ask him. You'd probably know,
I see.
right?
Well, yeah, the mayor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a number of them here in town. Off the top of my head, you get Carmen Rajani. He was descended from Vol Rajani.
Oh Okay.
And then, of course, Otari, Ilvashti Otari, didn't survive the fight. So there was an explosion, and he fell below, and we never saw him. They never saw him again. So, but anyway, I've been told that you all know a bit more about the lighthouse and have been spending some time there. I need all the information that you all have. It's a matter of security of this town.
I do know that it is just absolutely chock-a-block full of ghosts and or goblins. Or goblin ghosts?
Demons?
Demons. There were, well, just the
Yep.
one demon that we encountered, but
Yeah.
Even demons,
Goblin-like things?
I was like
Those
fey,
blue
what
goblins?
was it, like
There
fey-like
was,
creatures called
the
gr-
one goblin
gremlins.
ghost did make mention of, what was the name that he used? Do you remember?
Avernay? Matt Avernay?
as Renee, Volok as Renee.
Jeb
Yes,
wouldn't know. Yeah.
Aslan. No, that's not quite right.
As Renee.
Renee.
Chardonnay. No,
Chardonnay.
I
that's
think
what
I
we
would
had
just. I think Soul would know, because Soul would actually like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was
So he'd
mentioned
be
several
like-
times, I think.
Yeah. So he would be like, it's as Renee.
As Renee.
That
okay.
guy around still?
doesn't,
That Azrene around?
Doesn't ring any bells. I mean, I've looked through the records, and I've been looking through our archives and every information we have about the lighthouse. I didn't sleep a wink last night. You could tell he's just like got really dark circles under his eyes. He looks absolutely exhausted.
Can I roll perception to see if he's lying
I guess
Yeah.
about this?
Yeah. Roll
I mean, it's a
perception.
small island. It's a small island. I feel like everyone knows everyone here.
Oof.
Nice.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, Azrene was
He looks
probably
fucking tired.
Yeah, he looks tired.
Azrene was probably around back when what's her name was around, and that seems to have been like many years
okay.
ago.
If
Yes,
it's the
500
same,
years ago.
Like the necromancer. Okay.
Yeah.
So there have been a couple names that have been thrown around: Azrene, and then the werewolf, and then
Chow.
Treat? Is Treat here?
No.
No. There was the druid
Ja Rule.
lady was talking, Ja Rule, and then the big necromancer Barkada. I can't remember.
Horchata?
Zhao.
No, it was
Belcora.
can't- Belcora. Yeah, so
Belcora the
Belcora,
sorceress.
Ja Rule, and Azrene. Those are the three names. All right. I guess are they connect? Oh, Jeb wouldn't be the one to ask, I guess, but maybe they're connected. But...
Well, Jao was a werewolf that killed like 9 or 10 people. Our community about 30 years ago. I don't think there's any connection between him and Belcora. Belcora's been dead for centuries. She had her eyes set on destroying Absalom. She had quite a vendetta against that city for how her and her family was treated. And so this was supposed to be her staging point to, take down the whole city with her hordes of monsters, demons, and whatnot. So, but yeah,
We would also tell him about the orb of magic
Mhm.
up top on the lighthouse too,
Uh,
and what he thinks of
green
that. 'cause,
light.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we might need to send some clerics there or something.
yeah, we'll be sending people there, and in fact,
If
that's
you need us
exactly
to
what
escort them, we can escort them.
I need adventurers for this purpose. Like our town cannot sustain repeated attacks like this, and I imagine this is the only first one. If this happens again, it's going to be worse the next time. And I really appreciate everything that you've done to help us out thus far.
boy, is cremation not an option?
What are you on about?
I'm just saying that undead become much harder to come by if there's no dead.
I think some of them are cremated and the ashes are spread to the sea. I think I read that, but I mean, obviously Jeb wouldn't know, but not all of them.
I'm
though,
just
Jeb
saying,
would-
like, I know that maybe it doesn't sort of gel with your practices around here, but
To hell
if
with that.
it's
No, that's a damn good idea if I ever heard one.
yeah, in the interest of keeping the town safe, it may be something that you may want to consider.
Absolutely. Yes, I'll see to it that it's done. I'll talk to I'll talk with Vandy and see what she can do. She's the one who told me about you guys helping out over just up on the cliff there. So,
What exactly would you need from us?
to escort the clerics, I believe.
escort
and the monks.
clerics.
Is that
I
what you-
mean, Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
But honestly, there's a lot more going on there than something
Yeah.
at that lighthouse. I mean,
I'd
there's
also like to point out
demons and
that
such,
my confidant here, Sherman, will probably want to speak to you about payment. So I'll leave that to him.
Yes, that is something that I would like to speak with you about.
Goodness done as its own reward.
Oh goodness, I could use a reward. You are correct, Father Jeb. Goodness, we could use a reward.
Jeb, I couldn't agree with you more, but
Oh.
this is the way that Sherman acts. So
Oh, okay.
Listen, we are
Is it right?
adventurers by trade. Now, as I said, that is a trade, and when people ply their trade, they do tend to.
I think
make
this is how
coins.
Soul and
Honest
Jeb
day's
are going to like
work.
each other.
That's
Right.
right.
here's my offer.
Okay.
Each one of you get 50 gold apiece if you can clear out that lighthouse. And
50 gold.
whatever you find in there, it's all yours.
Yeah. That would be
You want to say that was a given, don't you? Without
yeah, a little
saying
bit,
it.
especially since we've already looted part of that lighthouse. But yes, I do believe these terms could be considered acceptable. Now, the one thing that I would say is, the reward seems more than adequate, but maybe you could offer a little something up just for expenses. I mean, we did already take care of your undead problem, going through much cost on our part for healing injuries and whatnot. So we do need to restock some of our supplies.
We also
wondering if you could-
lost a person trying to clear out that lighthouse.
No, I'm talking about the
No, I understand.
undead
but
that we just fought.
We've already.
Yeah,
You could always
yeah,
bring
but
it
we
up
weren't
later.
doing that for the town. We did clear out the undead for the town.
And you don't
So-
know how to play this scummy money grubber, do you? Yeah, we weren't doing that for the town, but we did it already.
Well, no, I do know how to play the scummy money
Service is
grubber
rendered.
because so would you be
Cox would be
willing
having a field day
to
with it.
front us some cash to replenish the supplies that we exhausted protecting your quaint little hamlet here?
That sounds fair enough. I'll give each of you 10 gold pieces apiece just up front. Just as a sign of good faith. I think that is
And
more than
50 upon
acceptable.
completion. And 50 upon completion?
Oh, you should have said 60 just to see if he was paying attention to the numbers he was throwing out.
No, I do.
Roll me a diplomacy check. I need to see some diplomacy checks here.
All right, I figured that was coming.
I was waiting for it. I wasn't gonna say anything. He was
Um,
just gonna give us some money. I'll take the money. Soul doesn't care either way.
Fuck.
Ooh. Okay. The most I can do is the 10 gold up front, but I mean, the deal is 50, so there'd be 40 upon completion. But I mean, honestly, you'd be probably earning quite a bit more as you go through there. Belcora was from a very wealthy family. You know, she's got all sorts of valuables in there, I'm sure. 10 gold, 50 gold is going to seem like a drop in the pot compared to what you find in there.
I do suppose I will have to take your word upon it. Well, 50 gold it is, my good sir. And
Is the temple group
offer
ready to be escorted also? Or
Yeah, how much longer until we're
whatever group
ready to
we're
take a
bringing?
team up there? Do we have a timeline on that?
So you're
Or
just
is it
wanting
like
to
a
take
clear the
clerics
path?
directly into the lighthouse itself, like the.
I guess we could go up and clear it. I guess we could. Well, yeah. I mean, if we're gonna take them to the lighthouse itself, we don't really need. We already kind of cleared that. We could go just for safety's sake.
Sure.
If they need to go somewhere else in that lighthouse, we'll help
Mhm.
escort them through. So,
Sure.
but yeah, I probably would want to bring them because they can heal. So,
Yeah, I'll see
Yep,
if I can
Jeb
send
can
someone.
also-
We'll talk to Vandy and see if she can find
you just try to get a 20.
someone
I
to
just
send with
happened
you.
to. I'm trying to roll all of my low rolls out.
Sorry, you lost a party member though. That's it's very
It
unfortunate.
was quite tragic. But we may still be able to get him back. I do hold out hope for that.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's people you can talk to in town about that.
Either that, or we'll just have pickled goblin at some point. But you know, 6
That's
of
not gonna
one,
make
half a
any
dozen of the other. Truly.
right. Well, I mean,
He's clearly like, what?
I don't. Yeah, that's
Keeping
weird.
his picture up so I can see him well. Justin, you should almost I don't know how hard that would be. Never mind. I was gonna say if you could bring up these characters every time they're speaking, because it's kind of nice having it right. I just didn't close his picture.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's nice
sure.
seeing his face when he's speaking, and
Yeah, I'll try and do that. I
it
mean,
might be nice
it's
for a
quite
certain.
easy.
I was gonna say it might be nice for an audience too.
So
So
long as I'm on the screen, it's very easy. I'm on our group camera screen as we are now. It's not easy
quite
at
as
all.
easy.
Not on the fly. Yep. Unless I have it loaded.
yeah,
to
I mean,
OBS at a
obviously
time,
he's
but-
just up on my map. So when we're talking to somebody, we're not really walking around too much. So
Well, what do you say, gentlemen? Should we leave this poor politician in peace?
Pitter
Yeah.
patter, let's get at her. Come on, y'all.
Solo would just
say,
stand
if,
up
uh,
and start walking away. Like it's done. So he's like, we're done.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
didn't call it. So I mean, if you guys wanted like resurrection services or anything, there you can find that in town here. It hasn't been too long since he passed.
Oh,
Well,
where?
I do believe there may be some mitigating circumstances as far as that goes, but we shall see.
All right. Well. All right. Yeah. Well, you could stop by the Soul Ring Pond. You might be able to find a worthy win there. She might be able to help you out. Otherwise, there's
Worthy win.
I punch you in the arm
Andy.
again.
as long as you got the coin.
You
to
would think
cover
the
it.
feathers would like give some kind of cushioning to
Cushion.
that, but no. Ah, God, every time.
Soul
Thank
strength
you
is
kindly for your
kinda
time,
ridiculous.
Mayor. We'll be on our way now.
I'm at 18, so
All right, gentlemen, let's do this.
All right.
I kind of feel like I kind of think that Soul almost looks like Sherman's guard half the time because he's kind of just I don't know, a strong character.
You look like a muscle. You're like the hired muscle.
I'm like
kind
the
of, and
hired
then
muscle, but
he's like the
he's like
noble.
but he's like
He's
the
dressed like a
capable
noble.
right? So
Yeah,
like
he kind of looks like a
He
noble.
definitely
shouldn't
does try and
you shouldn't underestimate him either.
Yes, he does definitely try and
He uses the weapon on his hip. Unlike
yeah, well
And
no, I
you're-
was gonna say I think that's the sort of vibe he goes for. He very
I
much
feel
is
like Jeb is
yes,
kind of like
I'm-
he's this
I'm
old
quite
tired
the
man, so
noble.
he's always kind of walking slow and his head's probably down, but he's also
Absolutely.
very capable. So it's like somebody that you shouldn't underestimate. Like, but he's kind of scary because he's a skeleton. So it's almost like
Mhm.
this whole other thing where this guy is walking around with a scary bird and a scary
You shouldn't
skeleton.
underestimate by being overconfident. Underestimate, Okay.
See how that works?
Sherman definitely has some interesting company.
He's like this normal dude with these abnormal company.
All right.
right.
Well, I think.
So at this
it
point,
sounds-
are you guys gonna be heading back to your camp then, or?
Well, I
Well,
think
I
we
was-
need to regroup with the rest of the party. Is the
Mhm.
big
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, so we need to go back to camp because that's where everybody is.
Yep.
I think I would talk to Jeb a bit on our way back, because I do appreciate that you're willing to do something for its goodness and not just for its monetary gains.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think with your guard background, there definitely would be, you know, well, actually, I guess all of you are heroes that'd be like putting your life up for others. So there's actually
Well,
probably a lot more common
Solo
ground
was kind of just
than you
did work
realize,
here and
you know?
there just so he could like
Yeah.
just enough money for food.
Even if
and-
it's a job, I mean, good is still good. So I mean, even you know,
Yeah.
even you're getting paid for it, it's still a good act. So helping.
Soul's not a
others.
very like
In my experience, altruism leads to no foodism.
Okay.
But see, no, but Soul's kind of in between here, right? Where like he's like he understands that he has to do work to get money so he can buy food.
like, good work doesn't necessarily mean it's unpaid work. You know, like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
But Soul is like willing to take what's offered almost, you know? So he's like,
Yeah.
so as soon as the guy's like, we'll give you 50 gold, Soul's like, that's fine. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't need anything
Mhm.
else. Like,
Yeah. And he would have been
Um,
supported by the church or something when he was alive.
yeah. So I think because you talking about his whole his
Ooh,
spotter
speaking of
perk,
which, I need to add 10 gold.
yeah.
I think that's something maybe that they would connect on, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Keeping an eye out
And-
for others and
And maybe
goes into
talk about,
spotter
and then Soul would maybe
mechanics,
be
yeah.
like, "Oh, I used to be a guard," and you know, they talk, and
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm just saying for that,
To kind of
Feat.
make it, you know.
it's
Yeah,
to help it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. We got someone
Um,
on the horizon here.
Rin
Who's
stops
that?
you guys as you guys are kind of wandering back. She said, "Oh, I saw you heading over towards the mayor's house. I imagine you guys have quite a bit to talk with him about."
Yes,
were
ma'am.
we not supposed to talk to him about stuff?
Well, no, it's just that I had warned him of such a thing happening to our city, and
It's an "I told you so" situation. Okay.
it is exactly what that is.
We could have told him that if you would, you know, let us
If
know.
we had run
I mean,
into
we
each
were
other-
already delivering a message for the little druid lady who lives apparently on the outskirts, so really wouldn't have been out of our way at all.
Oh, I'm sure, but that's fine. All right then. So,
I mean, we will have to talk to him again. I could tell him "I told you so" via you.
what's the plan moving forward then?
Well, meet up with the rest of the party. Do a little exploring in the rest of the ruins. It sounds like try and clear everything else out of there.
Do we want to give us a few days to get the perk from Jeb?
Oh yeah, I should have mentioned that. Yeah.
It's totally
so
up
with
to
the
you guys. You
archetype-
know.
Well, with the
mean-
archetype, it only works if we train. There has to be like a 3-day kind of that would be our downtime.
How does this work exactly?
We have to train to work together, and so
So basically, he
Three-
has a feat or something that
the archetype
allows me
the
to get
archetype, yeah.
circumstance bonuses. based
Oh,
on what
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
does.
That's right. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, if we are adding a new person, it would behoove us to know how to fight together properly, and that would give me an opportunity to maybe perhaps do some crafting of my own.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some things you can do in your downtime. Otherwise, I mean, other people if they wanted to head into town and do some other stuff too during that time, you know, there are mechanics for earning money and such, and that kind of thing. If that's something they're ever interested in, there's lots of work to be gained in town here too. If you want to do that for a few days. So, anyway, yeah.
Well, I mean, me and Jeb, Sol and Jeb are
We'll be
gonna
tied
train
up, so,
together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the others could do checks for that, and yeah, I imagine.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, well, you guys get to spend some time in Otari and meet some NPCs, learn about some various side quests that are available for you guys to figure out, and there's several more to be had. But yeah, just we'll end there, I think, for tonight. So tomorrow I guess tomorrow in game, you guys will have to figure out what your next step is, what you're going to do before you take on this lighthouse again. So.
All right.
Yes. All right. Well,
I mean, oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
that's all right. Thanks for watching. Those of you who are watching with us either on the stream or on YouTube afterwards. We'll play again next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Peace.